American soldiers, we are coming, watch your back. Now, those words from a hacked U.S. military's Central Command Twitter account have some U.S. military families changing the way they operate online.
Yeah, they tell CNN they're going through extreme measures to reduce their social media footprint. One military wife told us she stayed up all night deleting Facebook pictures of her children and any posts that even mentioned them.
But just how easy is it to reduce your footprint online? We're joined now by Deanna Zont, a media technologist, author for Share This, and co-founder of Lux Digital. Great to have you, Deanna.
Great to be here. Thanks so much.
So is it even possible to permanently delete your social media footprint? You know, whatever you put online, whatever you post, whatever photos you have out there usually is permanent, isn't it?
Well, it depends on certainly the service and the terms of service that you've signed up for with each service as you've joined the different ones and the different platforms. Certainly deleting your Facebook account will ultimately delete your personal data from Facebook servers. But if you've made anything public on your social media, there's always the chance that another website or service has scraped that information and collected it elsewhere. So really tracking down this stuff becomes very confusing and really very difficult for individuals to do on their own.
Yeah, it's not the only source, I suppose, of that sort of information, but I'm wondering how receptive groups like Facebook and Twitter are. If you go to them and you ask for help, perhaps, do they really care?
I think that the people actually inside Twitter and Facebook care, but as a corporation, it's not really in their best interest to act super efficiently when it comes to these kinds of requests. Our data is actually what they are making money from. So they will comply with those requests and they will help you, but often it's very difficult to get to a human being when it's most urgent and when you're most in need of help and support. Like with the case with these military families.
Yeah, and you were just mentioning that it's really difficult. You have to go and track down where your photos might be on other websites if they were scraped by other websites. How do you go about that? I mean, you have this military wife saying that she's going through her photos after the CENTCOM hack. Right. It sounds like a monumental task.
It is a monumental task, and I think that one of the most important things that we can do right now is sort of, it's actually twofold. One, we need a better understanding when we're signing up for these services, what exactly we're signing up for. I think privacy controls are very confusing for a lot of people, and they don't understand necessarily what it means to be public. On the other side, I think we're seeing a lot of action actually happening in Europe, leading the way with these right-to-be-forgotten laws, which can really be beneficial in helping us set up standards for us to be able to have more control over what happens to our lives online.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you too very quickly. It's not just social media. One of the problems, of course, around the world, depending on where you live. I know in Australia there are electoral rolls. If you're on the electoral roll, that's a public document. In the United States, it's dead easy to find out where someone lives. Yeah,
and this is something that's become of concern as we've been dealing largely with online harassment cases as well in how easy it is to obtain personal information. And there are services that people can pay for and sign up with to help them get rid of that stuff. But certainly things like public voter rolls and other driver information, motor vehicle information makes it really, unfortunately, very easy to track people down.